Welcome to today's App Academy. It is September the 18th, 2025. We are right on the cusp of Q4, and which is really hard to believe. So again, thank you to our sponsors, Fanatical Software, Xero, Mango, and Invoiced for supporting Future Forward, which we did those sessions last week. And then this is an App Academy where basically the sponsors share their tool with you so you can get just a good close-up of what the tool is and get a good understanding of how you can leverage these tools in your practice. And just one reason we do these is in reader profile studies that we do, we have found people are asking for product demos. And I've got my form right here that I'm looking at. We asked in a survey, we had about 25 different items. Hey, where we asked, hey, what would you like more information on? And consistently in the top 10 over the past, I would say 12 or 14 months since we've had the survey going, consistently in the top 10 has been product demos. So that's why we do these. People tell us they want to see what you're doing. Next up is going to be Kim Hicks from Xero.
Yay.
And
give me just a sec. I just want to make sure
absolutely.
that is showing up the right way.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
seeing you right now. All right. Now we are seeing full screen, future forward, practice management, Xero, Hubdoc, and Syft.
Awesome.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, hi everyone. I am Kim Hicks. I'm a senior partner consultant with Xero, and I've helped firms modernize their workflows. I've been supporting initiatives through various offerings. So we do change management. I help guide implementations, workflow consultation, and staff training. But here today, I'll be talking about the trajectory of practice management. So how can we move from beyond compliance into a space where practices are improved and insights can drive how we serve our clients. As accountants, I think modernizing our workflow isn't just about efficiency for us. It's also about enabling our clients to help them run their business more smoothly. So we can streamline data collections, automate routine tasks, so things that are taking up a lot of time. So for us, that means we shift from being a compliance focused firm to becoming true advisors. So we can help guide business owners with clarity and confidence. So to make that shift real, we need a practical framework and a connected set of tools that work together to create consistency, accuracy, and insights across the entire and an entire workflow. So that's where Hubdoc, Xero, and Syft come in. I know that it's like supposed to be an app highlight. Here I am talking about 3 things within our product, but it's again, but all those 3 things, they form a connected loop to future-proof your practice and deepen the value you provide your clients. And so why does this matter? Why are we calling out the importance of modernizing your practice? As I mentioned, it's really about saving our time so we can focus more on important things. And also the accounting landscape is evolving rapidly. I feel like when I first started, supporting my clients before working at Xero, it was like everything was in bold paper. I still remember the old processes, and that's receiving piles of receipts to scan, posting them, sorting through all of the receipts, which ones are important, which ones are here and we don't need them. And during tax season, I feel like I spend more time trying to research why my opening balances changed and then finding out that our client posted entries in the closed period. And so I think it's just going through that back and forth. How do we improve that process? So I think it's just like it is kind of exhausting, right? So I think and it was completely reactive. So those tasks are still essentials, getting the documents from our clients, understanding the information. And clients come to us to get tax returns filed or help them with running their reports, understanding some things and making them, helping them make better choices. So instead of being consumed by paperwork, manual stuff, we could use some tools to simplify these tasks. So again, so we can free ourselves up for more meaningful conversations with our clients, helping them answer questions that they may not have really thought of asking just because they don't know how to ask. Maybe they're feeling stagnant and they want to scale, or is their pricing correct? Are there adjustments to be made? How can we provide advice that would help their business? And so I think for thinking about our clients, we are more, I think it's important that we help them be more efficient. And compliance is just nice to have. It's really reduce your stress and mental load. When they're filing their tax returns on time, when they're paying their bills on time, I feel like that just like frees up a lot of that energy in our bodies, right? Because you are also a business owner, so you get it. Um, and so if we're not worried about our bills, and things being wrong, just imagine that relief. And of course for your firm, um, maybe the challenge is delivering meaningful advisory, especially at scale. So if your team is bogged down by manual processes, we may not have the capacity to focus on higher value conversations. Again, so with the right mindset, planning, and of course, tools, we can automate some of the repetitive work so we can connect systems seamlessly and we're unlocking insights. And then you can focus more on the advisory that would drive, client retention. And I feel like it's a lot more sustainable. Anyway, so just think about the last time you gave advice to your client and how it made an impact, and compare that to just producing compliance work. So that I'll start actually talking about Hubdoc, and I'll go over the what do you call this? These products briefly, and then later on with time, I will show you a brief overview of the product. All right, Hubdoc. So Hubdoc will be your paperless hub. It minimizes manual work by capturing, sorting, and organizing your documents into searchable and customizable folders. Again, going paperless, you'll have your receipts, invoices, bills in a digital platform. So you'll have an audit trail. You'll get the right information, and you can always look for those. You could what do you call this? Find those information in Hubdoc. And also it extracts the information so then it can be pushed into Xero. So thinking about an example client, let's just say that you have a construction client and every week they're buying supplies from multiple vendors. So if they're having the paper receipts, most likely than not, because I used to do it too, I would just have the receipt, put it in a glove box, and hope I remember them. And then hand it in weeks later, and hopefully they don't get lost. So that's kind of like what we're trying to avoid here, making sure that we're not missing information. So with Hubdoc, we can support our clients with their workflow by teaching them how to capture receipts on their phone, filing the documents so we have them in the right folder, and data are also the receipts will be attached to your transactions when you're reviewing your reports in Xero. Because it's digital, we're reducing errors, so it frees you up from having to see if you type the numbers correctly. It also gives you time for, again, other higher value offerings. And your client, once they get used to the process, I hope that would gain control and peace of mind. So yeah, so that's Hubdoc. I'm gonna transition now to Xero. Xero is what powers you. It's basically the connector, so it's the heart of the system. Hubdoc would send the data into Xero, and then in Xero, this is where information gets processed. So we have bank reconciliation, all of your accounts, pretty much all of the transactions, invoices, bills, you'll be able to see them in Xero. Also, Xero connects to other apps like payroll apps, point of sales, inventory management, and you can also set up bank feeds. So you can pull get information directly from your bank. Clients can then receive payments in that's another thing. If you're helping your clients, you can help them get paid faster because you can receive payments instantly through our payment services within Xero. And also you'll be able to manage an e-file sales tax, and pretty much just like a understanding the functionalities within Xero that would help your client. So again, the purpose is to reduce as much manual work as possibly as we can, and then encouraging our clients, and so we can build that confidence. Um, again, just as an example, we have a receipt captured in Xero and in Hubdoc, and then it pushes that information into Xero, and then we'll be matching the transaction that we created with the bank feed. And so because it's already been coded right, we have the receipt stored alongside that transaction. You now have a complete real-time view of cost and cash flow. So from Hubdoc, which handles the input, then in Xero, where we organize and process our information, we can then now have insight, and that's where Syft comes in. Syft transforms your firm from a compliance-focused firm into a strategic advisor. So because you have access to actionable insights. Again, I'll be showing you this. So just think of it as like you're meeting with your client. You have the full picture at your fingertips. So you're not guessing or reacting because you have real-time visibility into every aspect of the financials. So no matter where your clients are, you'll be able to pull that information, and so you can also kind of like zooming out, you can see what's happening. You also have the option to customize your dashboard, highlight profitability. So really things that you can tailor to understand your client's business. You're basically telling their story in a way that they can understand and act on, rather than just giving them, here are some numbers. So for example, they may have questions like, let's see, I'm trying to think. Erase that. So let's just Syft lets you model scenarios and forecast outcomes. So again, kind of like giving you that informed insights. So behind the scenes, we'll have the automation. Basically, it's just pulling the information directly from Xero, and you're able to now create recurring reports, let's see, alerts, and also send your reports automatically from Syft. You can also create benchmarks and analyze performance across periods, entities, or different industry standards. And it's easier to collaborate because you'll be able to share your reports. You'll be able to share your reports on a timely basis. And because what do you call this? Because you have the information, like I said, you're the subject matter expert. So you're not just giving them, you're not just doing compliance work. You could use this as a way to engage your client, to have more meaningful engagements, more meaningful interactions. All right, so that's the Syft part. Let's actually dive into showing you what they look like individually as what do you call this? Let me just figure out how to share my other tab. I'm going to stop sharing real quick, and then I can just share my, oops. Did I stop sharing? Give me a second. Okay.
I see.
All
I
right.
see. Hubdoc is what I see.
Okay,
I
nice.
think that's.
Yes, that's what I wanted to show. Thank you. Thank you. Give me just a second because I lost my presentation. Where was I? So I saw Hubdoc, Syft. All right, so now we're in Hubdoc. Again, I just want to make sure I am conscious of the time. So All right. So this is going to be Hubdoc. Ultimately, you'll be able to manage your client. So if I go to my Hubdoc portal, as the advisor, you'll have access to your partner portal and have your own Hubdoc account. And then you'll be able to see all of the clients that you have set up in Hubdoc. Our pricing in Xero, Hubdoc is included in all of our business editions. So you will be able to see that here, whether it's part of the subscription or not. You can still connect to other platforms. So if I go to just one of them, and show you, you'll be able to connect to QuickBooks as well. So if you have QuickBooks Online clients, you'd still be able to use Hubdoc. And when they're talking about efficiency, just because I know I'm short on time, you can upload your documents pretty much, again, teaching your client how to give you the information that you need. It's kind of like when I'm asking my son to remember to do things. How can I help empower him so I don't have to keep reminding him? So just like knowing what that is. So you can help your client by telling them you could just email all of the receipts. So give them your unique email address for that Hubdoc account. Or you can teach them to, you could just have them download the app, and then that way, wherever they are, they can just take a screenshot and then it uploads automatically into Hubdoc. You have these, I call them primitive because then you upload the file, and I'm trying to simplify the process for you. So have them scan their, have them take a picture of the receipts instead. But you also have these options if they're giving you boxes and boxes of receipts. And so once those files are uploaded into Hubdoc, they will show up here in the screen where it says documents. But on the left-hand panel, if I just collapse this uploads, you will see that all of your receipts will be automatically filed in the right vendor folder. So that's one advantage of that. So you're not having to look up receipts, it's just a lot easier to find. And then when I was talking about automating things, let's just go to this one receipt. So for example, we have this one receipt, and then on the right-hand side, it would pick up the supplier information. That's how it gets filed. In your file folders, it would pick up invoices or reference numbers, the dates, and also the amount. But where the automation comes is right here where it says destination. So if I just click on this drop down right here, I have the option to save my configuration and auto syncing it into Xero. That way I don't have to keep doing it. If it's consistently going to be recorded this way. So I am publishing this as a spend money transaction. So that's a transaction posted against the bank account. Or if it's a bill, you haven't paid it yet, you can set it up as a purchase, and then basically how it gets imported into Xero is an outstanding bill that would need to get paid. I'll keep it as spend money, and then you're selecting the bank account, and then of course you're setting up the account code. So that's how it's going to be reported. And then once it's published, we'll take a look at that in Xero. So just give me a second. So that's basically saving you some time. Like I said, it's just like if there's like a consistent, they're always going to get a receipt or invoice, then might as well automate that transaction. In this instance, it is not auto sync, so then I'd still have to configure it. I could save the configuration or I don't have to. So again, it depends on the actual transaction. I think you will start seeing some trends and recognizing which receipts could be configured and auto synced to save some time. So that is Hubdoc. Now I'm gonna go to Xero, and can you see my Xero screen now? Just want to make sure.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right. So in Xero, I will just show you what it looks like when a transaction from Hubdoc gets imported into Xero. So going into my bank account, I would just look at this one transaction right here. If I open that transaction, it would show me the details that I have posted in Hubdoc. So all the things that I have added here. And then if I need to look at the receipt, then it would show me the receipt right here. So then you're able to see the actual receipt with the transaction in Xero side by side. You'd also be able to see history notes, so you can see where it's coming from. And I'll tell you right here that it was posted through the Xero API using Hubdoc. So again, we're like just having that connection. So that's the transaction in Xero. Again, I'm oversimplifying this, but I'm gonna move on to Syft this time. So now that I am in Syft, I'd be able to connect my transactions. So going into my entities, you'd be able to use Syft for all of your growing and established Xero subscriptions. So if you have lower subscriptions, all you need to do is upgrade them to a higher, at least a growing subscription, and you'll be able to utilize it for that client. You'd also be able to connect other platforms. So you'll be able to pick up information from QuickBooks and all these other platforms. So it's what do you call this? Just picking them up and um, running those reports from different platforms. And if you have consolidation needs, you'd be able to run your reports no matter which information, what do you call this, where the client is in. So maybe you have a client in Xero and another client in QuickBooks, but they're what do you call this? You need to run a report for those two clients because they have intercompany transfers, and you'd like to give your client a full picture of all of their businesses. All you need to do is create a consolidation and add the client in Xero and the client in QuickBooks to consolidate that report. And then so I'll just kind of quickly show you that we have some templates that you can run. But also real quick, just these tools that I want to because I don't think I have enough time. So data from Xero flows into Syft, and then from here you'll be able to run your financials. So this is where your data lands. It's your standard financials. You have your profit and loss. You can customize them, group accounts, and build your reports however you'd like to build it. What do you call this? So that's the financial part. But you could also have this visualize where you have the financials, like kind of like the word visualize. So you can see the actual picture of the information from the financials. So this is kind of like what it would look like. Again, it's giving you bridging the gap between the accounting details and something that you'd be able to share with your clients. And if you'd like to dig deeper, you can go into the analyze piece. So it has scorecards, variance analysis, benchmarking, and this turns your reports into actionable items. So just talking briefly, recapping, I'm a little like, oh, okay. So yesterday's firm, we were talking about like manual, reactive, and paper-driven process, and we may have limited collaboration with our clients, and it could be that you're not offering advisory as often. And so what we want to help you with is automating your process, being more proactive, not a little, being more proactive, and having that real-time engagement with your clients and build your advisory into your actual engagement. And so just for next steps, my team is happy to help you, with whatever initiatives you currently have for your firm. So whether you're a new Xero partner and you want to just start small, that's what we're here for. My recommendation for your next steps is to pilot with a few clients so you can learn the process and adjust it rather than doing a big implementation and having to, stop a lot of things because now you're at what do you call this? You're having to change the entire process for your firm. So pick a few clients and test out the process. Also, of course, that's training your staff members to make sure that you're all aligned, why you're doing this change and what the purpose is, and also making sure that everyone is really comfortable with the tools so that you can free up repetitive tasks. And once you're good with your process, then we can start creating repeatable or standardizing your process, and yes, just making sure that you have that. So for existing Xero users, also, if it's we're also here for you, so just make sure you're reaching out to your um, account representative. And everyone works with a partner consultant, so if you need help with just like understanding the different apps that I shared with you today and how that can help your firm, please don't hesitate to reach out. Yeah, I guess.
All right. We're going to wrap that up, and then we do appreciate it. And then Kim, what's the best way for people to reach you? Matt, I know you can drop
Oh, yeah.
her email. Do you want people to contact you directly, or should they just go to the website? What would be a good way?
So that for me, I would recommend
Yes.
going to the website,
Okay.
just because, yeah, we have a lot of, if you're already connected to Xero, just go to your partner portal to see who your account executive is. And if you're new, definitely set up, look up the partner program to get started.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Kim. We certainly appreciate it.
Are you an accounting or tax professional who wants to stay ahead without spending a dime? Join thousands who trust insightful accountant and tax practice news to keep them informed and empowered. Get expert updates on QuickBooks, Xero, tax planning strategies, and workflow tips delivered straight to your inbox. Whether you're a solo bookkeeper, firm leader, or tax advisor, these newsletters are your shortcut to what's next in the profession. They're free, practical, and built for people like you. Visit insightfulaccountant.com and hit subscribe to start your smarter workflow today for free.